Hi everyone, I'm Gabby.
And I'm Jay, and this is our journey to retire all over.
On this channel, we are sharing our experience as we get ready to retire in 6 years or so, and then spend the rest of our lives exploring the world.
Well, today we're going on a real adventure. We're about to head to the airport to travel to beautiful Mexico City. But first, please smash the like button to help us with the YouTube algorithm, and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified whenever we post new content.
Yes, we do know there is a pandemic happening in the world, but you see, my parents are stuck in Mexico City and they can't travel because of their age and health. In the early days of the virus, when no one really understood how things worked, we all agreed to postpone any traveling to see them to ensure they stayed safe.
Well, here we are, 8 months later, and there's still things that have to be done. There's documents that need to be signed and witnessed, there's packages to be delivered, but most importantly, there's medicine that they need to receive. Since we've already recovered from COVID and hopefully still have the antibodies, we decided it was safer for us to travel to them than for them to have to get on a plane.
We're going to try to make things as safe as possible. We will be wearing masks and goggles just to keep us from touching our eyes.
And using an excessive amount of hand sanitizer.
We also have been limiting our interactions and got tested this morning, so we should get our results any minute now. Once we get there, we'll strip in the entryway and throw the traveling clothes in the wash and then immediately take a shower.
We just want to make sure we're doing everything we can to keep ourselves and those around us as safe as possible. And, well, since we're doing this, we figured we could take you along as we find out what it looks like to travel in the time of pandemic.
Let's get to the airport. Well, the parking lot anyway. The shuttle bus is requiring to social distance and wear masks, which is great. Based on posted signs, they do antimicrobial cleanings multiple times a day. We're at the airport.
This is our stop.
We can already see this is not the usual amount of traffic. We did our check-in online as much as possible, but we still need our documents verified and the luggage checked in.
So as you can see, there's not a whole lot of people. Usually this place would be much busier on a Friday afternoon. It's the international terminal at Bush Airport, and TSA has a very short line, a relatively short line for luggage, so here we go. Check-in was easy. Economy lines are never that good. Security was the opposite of the usual TSA. It was efficient.
Oh, look, the restaurants are open.
Yeah, but we're not stopping to eat.
Anyway, security was still the same. Shoes off, laptops out, the usual. We only removed our masks to verify our identity. And we made it to the gate. Now we just have 2 hours until boarding.
2 hours later.
And we're finally boarding. Everyone's wearing their masks and somewhat social distancing. It can't be a full flight with only this many people.
So we're getting on the plane. They're changed boarding up a little bit. Now they board back to front, the way you should always, because that's smarter. Much harder to social distance inside the plane. We're trying. It looks like United is back to occupying middle seats. Eventually, once everyone boarded, flight attendants rearranged seats as much as possible to try and spread people out. We made sure to ask for an open middle seat before we boarded.
Mexico City, here we come.
2 hours later.
And we made it.
We were all asked to stay seated while they deplaned by row number. Most people did. It's really hard to stay socially distanced after a flight.
And now for the longest walk in airport history. Where the heck is immigration in this place?
Immigration was a breeze. Very few people and many open counters. Authorities are definitely taking the pandemic seriously. They checked our temperatures, and an officer was there to enforce social distancing and mask wearing.
And the immigration officer also made us stay 1.5 meters away while inspecting our documents. We made it.
Through immigration, through customs and everything. We're gonna go meet our ride outside, but this was the trip down here. We weren't able to show you the parts of Mexico customs and immigration because they don't allow filming in there, but they do take your temperature when you come into the customs and immigration section. They check your luggage tags. You got to go through another screening before you leave.
Thank you so much for joining us in this little adventure, and hopefully we get to travel a lot more in the future. But until then, thank you so much. Well, that was our experience. If you have to or want to travel, here's what we have learned. Always wear your mask. Most people in the airport were wearing masks and social distancing. It was nice to see.
Security in Houston was very easy to get through. Travel levels are clearly still lower than they used to be, which is also good. But because airlines are going back to filling middle seats, talk to the gate agents to see if there's any open seats that you could get next to you or move. And use hand sanitizer as much as you can. United provided us with alcohol wipes when we boarded. We use them to sanitize the armrests, seatbelt buckles, tray tables, everything.
Customs and immigration lines are always terrible, even during a pandemic. But thank you for coming with us on this trip, and we hope it was informative. What questions do you still have about traveling during the pandemic? Are you planning on traveling? Have you been traveling?
Let us know in the comments below. Follow us on social media or our blog at GabbyandJaysJourney.com.
Please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell to be notified whenever we post new content. Until then, please stay safe, do your part, take care of one another, and thank you for joining us.